Hello everyone, Jeff here for Respawn Studios, back with episode 10 of my Up the Ladder series. This is going to be snippets of 4 different games, and I'm really excited about these. These are 4 games in a row, actually. At the end of last series, I was 1 star into rank 6 on a winning streak. I lost the next game, but then I won the next one, and then started to record, and these are those 4 next wins. And a couple of games are pretty awesome, but I still trim them down for the sake of not making every video like 35-40 minutes. But it will include one of my 5 best comebacks I've ever had in Hearthstone, which is pretty exciting. I think that's the 3rd game against the Paladin. And we are going to end 2 stars into rank 5, so I'm also pretty pumped about that. The highest place I ever had at the end of a season was I think 2 in rank 5. The one season I got up to 4, I made the mistake of trying to play more when I probably wasn't prepared for it and lost a couple. And then just didn't feel the drive to try and get back to 4. So yeah, we're already 2 stars into rank 5 at the end of this, so I'm really happy with that. But here we go. We're facing a face hunter here. You see he's pretty desperately trying to win, but he's now made the mistake of giving me a golem. And he has already played his other golem, so he's already given me 2 more mana crystals. I don't know what in the world he thought he could do. He's already like running out of cards. Just gonna play Counterspell just to remove any chance of him having a beast and a kill command. Okay, so obviously this is Explosive Trap in all likelihood, but considering playing Acolyte just to draw a card, but kind of don't need to right now. Also, Unleash isn't really a threat right now unless he has both Unleashes because I have Counterspell up. So mostly thinking about playing just another big minion here. Likely Water Elemental, so I could ongoing freeze him, make sure he can't attack with another weapon. But I decided to go with Azure Drake to get the spell damage and draw a card to see if I get a Frostbolt or Fireball. Oh, yeah, the end of this game is pretty awesome. Whoops. Okay, so I don't even know how it's possible that he can select face here. I was like, oh my gosh, does he actually run the Arcane Shot or whatever it's called? The 1 mana 2 damage spell. I thought I was the only one that runs that in my hunter. But it's actually just an Abusive Sergeant. I don't know how you can give +2 attack to face when its battle cries give +2 attack to a minion this turn. But interesting. His knife even hits face and with 1 health. Not too shabby. But because he was such a dick and trying to make me concede, we're going to take our time here. Going to play both Unstable Portals. I think we get Baron Rivendare, whatever it is, in the second one. We even get a Priestess to heal ourselves for 4 from the first one. Not too shabby. That's a neutral card, though. I don't know why it makes the Druid sound when it heals you. I mean, I understand it's kind of like a wood spirit or elemental of sorts, but I don't know. But anyway, good first win there over fairly cancerous Face Hunter, of course. Now, we are facing a Patron Warrior, as you can see, but we're already into turn 5. I think this is his 2nd Loot Hoarder that he has out there. And I'm apologizing because I've been sitting on a Clockwork Giant, the 8/8, and it costs one less for each card your opponent has in his hand. This is the first turn I was actually able to play it. And he doesn't have Execute, so that's great. I'm actually able to get 8 damage in here. And you see him also sitting on Dr. Boom. I have a heal bot. There's almost no way he can win already. He's desperately trying to draw into a Execute here. But he still doesn't get it, so pretty fortunate for us. Fireball, nice, nice. Just going to go ahead and play Dr. Boom. He's already now used the Whirlwind. And he probably doesn't want to burn his other one before he could use it with a combo that helps him. And we even have a counter spell to play next turn if need be. So he's desperately trying to draw into anything. This is confusing because the third card in was an Execute, so couldn't you have played that last turn? Maybe I forget how much mana he had. Oh, no, okay. Never mind. That's not how I remember it, but alright. Makes more sense that way. So the best possible thing for him there, just doing 1 damage to the armor smith, so he's getting a few more armor. Not that there's really anything that could save him at this point, so decide to really put the pressure on. Fireball face. Attack, attack, attack. I was going to play Counterspell just to be totally safe. We're not even going to worry about the armor smith because he's so weak. We have a Dr. Boom out there. Still sitting on a heal bot, a Drake, portal. We have a boom bot that could hit the face. I mean, we're in really good shape. Nice, so deny him Battle Rage so he can't draw 4 cards. Pretty epic. Oh, speaking of spamming oops, they released what the Medivh is going to say, the alternate mage hero that comes out next Tuesday, and it's pretty awesome. I'm so excited. I think for oops he says that was folly. So that's pretty good. Gonna use that one a lot. I wasn't really even considering buying them, but now that I have a golden mage and I like the things he's gonna say, I probably will. Though the one card back I think is awesome is the one for the alternate hunter hero. Wait, did the game freeze here? What's going on? Okay, I don't know if that was just on my end, but I paused and even made sure, and the video seemed to be running fine within the editing program, but like when I'm doing commentary, it wasn't working there, so hopefully it comes out alright. So now we have Ragnaros down. He's already used an Execute. He's pretty much already dead. I don't even know why he's trying to pretend like he has a chance. Could play Sylvanas here, but there's not really even a need, so I'm just going to try and draw into a damage spell. Fortunately, I don't get it, so I'm just going to play Healbot. Further demoralize him, get back to full health. Alright, so that's the worst thing Rag could have hit there, but I've had some really good luck with Rag and unstable portal and things throughout the series, so I'll take one bad hit. And especially when I'm already so far ahead. I really don't even know why it takes this guy so long to concede. I guess he's maybe just someone that doesn't concede. But with all the combo cards for Patron Warrior that he's already had to use just to deal with some of the things I have, doesn't really have any possible way to win. I've played and watched and played against my share of Patron Warrior, so I know the combos, and I know he's already used pretty much all of his cards important to it. Oh, this is great. I think he actually concedes here. He found like the one way not to die this turn, but because the time's running out, he's not able to get it in. So there we go, he actually ends up conceding anyway. And there we go. We are 4 stars into rank 6. Now on the winning streak. And now for the epic comeback. Here we go, facing a standard paladin. Shielded minibot. Is a Lotheb. Is a True Silvers. It's muster for battle. So he's not the aggro paladin, he's not a dragon paladin. And you see he's also using the legend card back. It always feels good to beat someone that was legend before. Alright, so you see he's pretty liberally going for face, which, I mean, I guess kind of makes sense. He doesn't want to trade Lotheb into a 4-3 shredder. But the comeback is going to be pretty insane, so keep track of how much health I have or don't have coming up. Alright, so I was able to clear the board there pretty effectively, and kind of an odd card to get there, the 1-drop Dragon Whelp, but fortunately I have 2 Azure Drakes in my hand, so maybe that even makes him think, wait, what the hell? What dragons does this mage have? So a good answer to Dr. Boom is always Dr. Boom. And I'm going to take the liberty of clearing out his Boombots now in case he tries any consecration equality crap. But I'm pretty sure the secret I have up is Counterspell, which would block at least half of that. Perfect. So we attacked the Boombot first, hoping it would hit Dr. Boom. Well, maybe even not hoping that, but you can use Dr. Boom as kind of a trade machine right now. Alright, so things are looking pretty bad for me. I have all 4, 5, or 6 cost minions in my hand and nothing else. He has pretty decent stuff out there. Alright, so that was actually pretty good in case you had a Quartermaster that the Boombot took out the Silverhand Knight. So I was able to ping off the Big Game Hunter, so cleared half his board there. Okay, we're starting to get pretty darn weak here. Now it becomes a puzzle game, and I'm really proud and so happy that I got this win. So I'm exceptionally weak here, now into single digits. He has a Dr. Boom, my Sylvanas is now a 1-5. So the only way I could die is if I fireball it or attack into Dr. Boom. But then I might get the 1-1. Then I might get an injured Dr. Boom. So there's lots of things that could go wrong here. So do we ping the Silverhand Knight first? Do we fireball Dr. Boom, but then we wouldn't have a way to kill off Sylvanas here, and we basically need to take one of the more than one attack guys. So I'm going to go ahead and use some of my mana to ping the Silverhand Knight. Attack into Boom. Perfect, we get the 4-3. Now we can use the fireball to clear Boom. So now, he, unless he has some damage in his hand, is only able to bring me down to 1 health. And that's where this is starting to get amazing. Consecration number 1, burned, counterspell, beautiful. Shielded minibot, okay. And he's going to attack face, bring me down to 1. Alright, and now things start to get really fun. He only has 1 card in his hand. I'm going to play Counterspell just to be totally safe. Well, first we're going to see what we draw here. Okay, Flame Cannon. So, we could still die to a spell though, so we still want to play Counterspell. We really have Flame Cannon and a ping to work with, but to be totally safe, we definitely want to get that Counterspell out. So, we're going to trade as well as we can here. And I'm going to take the risk that is 1 card and he's not going to draw a Consecration. So this turn I could have died. Alright, Lay on Hands. He heals for 8 and draws 3 cards, but means he only has 2 mana to play with. Okay, perfect. So we're able to survive. Now, the worst possible thing for him. Alright, Rag. Some people might say, oh god, Rag. No. Obviously you want to Loatheb here. And we're also going to Counterspell. So, even if he has a second Consecration, it'll cost 8. And that will be all he can do in his turn. It won't even do anything. And what happens? Exactly that. He drew the other Consecration. And boom. Oh, it actually cost 9. Right, because it's 4 and then plus 5 for Loatheb. Whoops. And now he can play Rag, and we won. That's crazy. Able to survive 3 turns at 1 health. Beautiful. I was so happy about that. And it also keeps the win streak alive and brings us into rank 5. So awesome all around. Okay, and now to round out this set of games to get us 2 stars into rank 5, the very next game here coming up. And it's going to be against Handlock. He's also using the Legend card back, and he's also a golden hero. So this felt suitably epic for rank 5, coming after that Paladin comeback. So we have a heal bot, which is pretty good in case it was Zoo. But as I already kind of spoiled, it is Handlock. Alright, so we have nothing, so I'm not going to ping here. I'm going to keep some pressure out there. Play 2 Mana Worms. Actually kind of works because he plays a Dark Bomb on a 1/3 Mana Worm. Which also means he can't draw anything else or play anything else, so pretty good. And we draw something we could play. Perfect. So actually, surprisingly, I have a fairly good win rate against Handlock. Of course, the one devastating thing you could ever run into with people that run Molten Giants is getting them to 10 or less, and then them being able to play Molten Giants and taunt both of them up. But the Mage has the best way around that. You can hold on to Fireballs or Frostbolts to finish them off as well. But I'm going to be conscious that, of course, he's a Handlock. I don't want to bring him down to like 11 or 10 in these first few turns. Make sure he can't play Molten Giants and big Taunters. So I could pretty easily deal with 1 Giant right now. I have some damage on board. I have a Fireball and a Frostbolt, but I want to try and burst him down here pretty quickly. So let's see how this goes. See, this is only turn 4. We already have him down a decent amount of hit points, and we have 3 minions out there. Heal's kind of a dead card, but whatever. We have 2 other. Okay, Molten Giant. So the question is, do we kill that? No, because Loatheb. Perfect. Now he can't use Shadow Flame or Hellfire next turn. And that's the absolute perfect draw we could have had this turn to me. yes, we could fireball and mad scientist and kill the giant, but no. Let's bring him down to, I think that's 17. And so now, even if he does the trade into Lotheb, he'll only have 3 health, and I could just frostbolt it to death or run the water elemental into it. Really indecisive here. Okay, so he taunts it up. And he attacks into Lotheb. Okay, so taunting it up wasn't really important there because he only has 3 health on it anyway. Now, Counterspell is also huge, so it can still deny Shadow Flame and Hellfires. So we're going to prop that. Perfect. Use Frostbolt to clear the giant, keep all of our minions alive. Now, the debate over whether or not to kill this and what to kill it with. If I attack with the Mana Worm would only have 1 health, and then if he plays a Mortal Coil first, it would cause the Counterspell, of course, to trigger, and then he could still use a Hellfire. So, did not want to do that. Now he plays a Zombie Chow, and now tries to, I think, use the Hellfire. Oh, Molten. Okay. Whoops. I think he was trying to coin out his other taunter, but Counterspell blocks that, and there's the game. Nothing he can do. Beautiful. Alright, so there we go. That'll do it for part 10 of my Up the Ladder series. Really happy with my progress. We're 2 stars into rank 5. And let's see if I can get even higher. So look for part 11 if that happens. Thank you very much for watching.